What's up, guys? Welcome to the inaugural episode of What Can We Eat? A show where we answer a very simple question of what can we eat? So for tonight, we're going to start with something very simple, a very personal favorite of mine, grilled cheese. Very few ingredients, very minimal prep, so let's get going. Grilled cheese can be as simple or as complex as you like. You can add meats, vegetables, seasonings, all different kind of things to spruce it up. Today we're just sticking with cheese, bread, and butter, and a little extra surprise on one of our sandwiches. So starting with the sliced cheese. So for our first basic sandwich we got sliced American cheese. Now this is not your pre-shrink wrapped American singles, this is actually some processed American I got from the deli at the store. For our other two sandwiches, we're going with a combination of that same American cheese, some provolone, and Swiss, which I find to be the perfect flavor blend for having both that meltiness of the American cheese, plus a little extra flavor and smokiness from the Swiss and the provolone. And of course, the next most important part is our bread. So, to go with our American cheese, we're going to have just our simple sliced Italian bread, which can be bought at just about any store around in your area. And for the other ones, we have sliced sourdough bread. This is just from the bakery at, again, most stores you can find in your area. As you can see, the bread has been pre-buttered, and our little twist ingredient for our 2.5 variations, as I mentioned, is going to be some grated Parmesan, which we're going to put on the butter before we put it on our griddle. Which brings me to my next point. My most trusted kitchen utensil. As you can see by the wear on the surface, I use this bad boy a lot. And personally, I always use this to make any kind of, high quantity grill items, pancakes, any kind of meats like bacon or sausage, and of course, any kind of grilled cheese sandwiches. I got this thing on the highest heat, and it's non-stick, so no extra butter or spray needed. Let's get these things on there. Alright, now for the best part, let's get these bad boys on the griddle. Starting with our Italian bread with American cheese. That has shifted a bit, that's okay. Then our sourdough with American, Swiss, and provolone. Will be different to this one, up and down. And this is going to be our Parmesan crusted American, Swiss, provolone on sourdough. Okay, our sandwiches have fully cooked, so let's go ahead and take a look. We first have our basic Italian sliced bread with our American cheese. I could have added a slice or two more of cheese, but that's okay, we'll get that next time. We have our sourdough with our American, Swiss, and provolone. A little bit of piece of that cheese caramelized right there, nice golden brown. Bam, ooh, look at all that. But our star of the show today, ladies and gentlemen, is our slight variation. The sourdough with the American, Swiss, and provolone, and that Parmesan crust on top. Look how beautiful that is. And in addition, look at that caramelization of that cheese. Even on the back, oh, all those little pieces are going to be so delicious. Alright, and of course the staple of any cooking show, we got to get that cross section. So let's start with our American cheese Italian bread sandwich. Oh, you hear that crunch, that's perfect. Alright, no ooey gooey cheese, but that's okay, so it looks really good. Let's get that off to the side. Our next contestant, our sourdough with American, Swiss, and provolone. Let's see. I'm gonna go lengthwise on this, or diagonal on this bad boy. Oh, you hear that? Oh, perfect. Alright, and our star point guard of this episode, our Parmesan crusted sourdough bread, American, Swiss, and provolone. Let's see, let's go just right down the middle. I'm gonna go on the crunchy side. Oh, look at all that. Hear it? Here we go. And the final question that we have to ask ourselves is, what do we serve with this bad boy? Of course, you can do your potato chips, your french fries, but I mean more like something to complement it. So obviously a grilled cheese sandwich has a lot of rich flavors. Butter, cheese, more cheese, butter on the other side. So there's going to be a lot of richness in there. Personally, I like to cut it with something vinegary, like, oh, I don't know, some pickles. Perfect. Put one of these on there. Wow. Tastes great. Well, what if you don't like pickles or you don't have any around? I have an alternate solution. This may be offensive to some viewers. You've been warned. Ketchup. That's right. Just some ketchup. You don't have anything like pickles or your standard tomato soup, which I've never done. Just some ketchup. It's got that vinegar. It's got a little bit of that sweet, so it's not as sour as pickles. And it works just the same. So, bam. Perfect. Well, that's all we have for our initial episode of What Can We Eat? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Ready? 3, 2. What's up, guys? Welcome to the inaugural episode of What Can We Eat? Let's show that we're